Welcome to a Kairos Moment podcast, helping small business owners and entrepreneurs save time and money through tips and strategies on social media. I am your host, Sean Heineman, and you can find my website at kairosocial.com. That's with a K. How is everyone doing today? As always, thank you once again for inviting me into your ear gates. And I have special guests with me, Dr. Renee Sunday, and we're going to discuss how to build your platform on social media. And I've been following Dr. Renee Sunday for a while now, just as consistent as can be and always giving out great content. I'm not going to even go any further. I'm going to just let her introduce herself. How are you doing, Dr. Renee? How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for this awesome opportunity. While everybody's finished shopping, now they tuning in.
Yeah, right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Yeah, because it's like Black Friday, and I hope I didn't interrupt your shopping time.
Oh no, I'm an internet girl, so hey, just push a button.
I know that's right. Well, thank you all for joining us who are all in the queue. If you have any questions, feel free to talk to Dr. Renee. And how to build your platform on social media. I think this is really good because there's so much going on in the social media world. I started social media marketing. I kind of stumbled upon it as, kind of like a mistake because I was doing my relationship coaching, but I was trying to find out how to market that and end up learning so much about social media. I said, when my phone started ringing and people were calling me, I said, wait. Maybe I need to just turn this into a business because folks are taking too much of my time. So anyway, enough of me. Dr. Renee, tell the listeners who you are and what you do.
Well, awesome. I am Dr. Renee Sunday, and I'm known as the platform builder. And the reason people call me that is many reasons, but basically I motivate, I encourage people, and I educate them that they can move forward actually in regards of their passion in life and their dreams in life. And we do that through so many ways, through radio, television, through social media, through speaking. I mean, just a plethora of things that I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to do, to help other people, to help them shine. That's what I love to do.
Awesome. Well, you're definitely shining on today's show.
No. Now, my team going to be mad at me because they're going to say, okay, now that lightness. My dad's working on the lights.
Yeah, it's all good. You are good to go because this video, it'll air and stuff like that, and people will be able to see you. You're good. I'm looking at you now. You're good.
Okay, thank you.
What book on social media or entrepreneurship you would like to advise people to read?
Now, that's an awesome question. Thank you so much, Sean. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people want to excel. They want to make all this money, which nothing's wrong with money, but we have to make sure that when we want to do social media, we want to have this profitable business, that our mindset is right. So the two books, and it's actually two books that I love to advise to people in regards of getting their mindset is actually John Maxwell has an awesome book. It's about leadership. It's saying if you change your mind, you'll change your life. That's one. And Bishop T.D. Jakes has an awesome one also that he talks about his life, how he grew up in poverty, and that was myself as well, that he didn't allow the poverty to hold him down, that he continued to excel, and you see where he is now, that he's changing many lives. So I would think those are the main two books because you got to get the mind right. You have to have the confidence, and then guess what? The money will run you down.
That's good. I'm glad you said that because a lot of people think the money first. And a lot of times people can see through that. People are smarter than what, people think. People know if they're trying to chase that dollar or not. I've seen so many people come and go since 2008. They just couldn't stay the course. Have you read a book, Dr. Renee, called The Dip by Seth Godin?
Oh, no, that sounds good, though.
Yeah. It's only about 80 pages. And I love Seth Godin, but he talks about when people get stuck. Do you quit or do you persevere? How do you handle that? It's a really good book. It's called The Dip by Seth Godin.
Well, I'm gonna have to get that because that's kind of my thing as well. That I tell people to don't stop. You got to get it. You can't stop because I need you. I need you in your purpose. I need you to actually help other people. So, I'm gonna get that as soon as we get off here.
There you go, Black Friday shopping.
Exactly.
What is the biggest mistake you see business owners make when it comes to social media?
Well, we actually alluded to it just briefly a few minutes ago. One thing, they want to sell. And we can't do like we used to do it. Back in the day, we could sell, put a sale signs up and your brick and mortar, and that actually worked. But we can't do that anymore. I tell people when they ask me about social media, you have to be like you're talking to your sister, like you're talking to your best friend. You actually have to build a relationship. And so that's the main thing. People want to sell too quick. And it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. If you build a relationship, people will buy anything from you, no matter what the cost. And that's what I have experienced in my life. I mean, you can go from a 99-cent something to something that's thousands of dollars. People will continue to buy that.
Yes. Because we trust certain brands, right?
Yes. I mean, Oprah can send an email, and before you know it, in an hour, it's pretty much sold out.
Right. Exactly. Wow. Because she's built trust and been consistent.
That's correct.
You know, Dr. Renee, there's so much noise on social media. How do you build your platform, and how do you stand out from the rest?
Well, that's the question. You know, that's $1 million. I mean, more than $1 million question. I think you need to be authentic. You have to be real, because people say, well, you actually put your family, you put, all the ministries that I'm doing, you blend them all together. And you don't have to tell people, okay, and I know this may be mean to our people that's here. You don't have to say, I just left Kohl's, just left Macy's, but something that actually is inspiring people, that's showing that your family is eating together, stuff like that. You have to stand out and being true to yourself, being authentic, being real, and they're going to ask, because I actually share scriptures all the time, and people, well, tell me what else you do, because they see you do one thing and they will actually ask. But and then the last thing, what you said earlier, is being consistent. If you're not going to be consistent, that's not going to work as well. People want to do media one day, the next day they don't want to do it. One day they want to do a Facebook profile page, the next minute they closing it down. But you have to be consistent, and that's that's the number one thing, being consistent, and don't try to be a salesperson.
I like that. You are helping somebody today. I get this question a lot from people, but I would love to hear from you. Should you pay for Facebook likes and Twitter followers?
Me personally, and I say no. I do believe, and my team, we have done this, and we still do it on some of our pages, is what we do is we do Facebook ads and target people that will be interested in our material. Now that's different from going on to different little third party apps, I'll say, and buy likes. Because guess what? People are not stupid. Forgive my choice of word there. Because if you have 1 million likes, for example, and you look down the feed and maybe 6 people have liked and comment, something is not consistent. And people don't realize that. Now, I actually have heard a couple of people say that it's a good thing, and they said because you get what's called social proof. I'm putting that in quotes, but I don't think that you want someone that's going to be authentic again. So I don't agree with that. I mean, you're wasting your money, and then I hate to say it, but social media, for instance, Facebook is getting real strict on things like that, because the way people are doing that is they actually, they doing it with people that's not even interested in your products. And then, of course, they're not going to comment. So the best thing to do is, and my team does this, as I said earlier, you can do $5 a day, $10 a day, and target the people that's interested in your products. Like if you're doing a women's group, or if you're doing relationships, just like you're doing, You could target people that way that'll be interested in your page for tips and, you know, encouraging quotes and stuff like that. But don't pay. I know it's tempting because you want 1 million likes and all that, but please don't do that, because it will come if you're doing great and awesome content.
Yes, I agree with that. And I like what you said about you have 1 million likes and there's like 6 people that only like your posts. That's how you can find out on Facebook, because there are people, and I know that, and there's people that I've worked with, and I said, man, you got 10,000 likes and you're not getting a lot of engagement. And they say, wait, let me just tell you right now. Okay, the person I worked with before, they told me to pay for likes. I'm like, yeah, you can come clean now. You can tell the truth.
I mean, it looks, you know, and then I've heard some social media people as well say it's the perception of the thing. But people are not naive. They would know, like you said, that the engagement's not there, and they will figure it out. You want something that's going to last the long haul, not just for this year and next year. You want something to last forever. If we go down the street and see the M in the sky, it's been there for years. So we want your brand to stay for years as well, or make a legacy of your brand.
I like that. Yeah. And I think too, a lot of times people get caught up in the hype and the newness of you know, they starting a business and, oh, I got to get the Facebook page and the Twitter page, and they've been on social media for a week and they're like, okay, let's buy 10,000 followers, and nobody never even heard of you, you know, and they got 10,000 followers, and again, and I think my biggest thing is too, I feel like, and a lot of times social proof, I'm throwing my air quotes, does help. But you can have 500 followers on Twitter, but shoot, if 25 of those people are paying for your services, you doing better than the person that got 10,000 followers and you know, you sold 1 book.
That's true. That's true. So the please don't buy any followers. Don't buy any. I mean, because the thing, you know, like we said earlier, they getting real smart. Facebook is not naive. So they actually shutting people's accounts down for if they find that out, that your account is not authentic. And you don't want that, because I'm a sensitive person. You can tell, right? I want people to know the real person and know who I am. And they actually will tell somebody else. And guess what? Before you know it, you have a lot of followers, you have a lot of engagement, and you have a lot of, you know, Twitter followers as well. So do it the right way the first time, and then of course it will last.
That's right. Do it right the first time. I gotta ask you this question since we're kind of on this topic. What is your favorite social media site and why?
That's a great question. Because let me just be real. My team makes me look good.
Hey,
of course, the best one, we have 2 that, well, 2.5, I say, that has great engagement. Of course, Facebook. And I love Facebook because it kind of, you know, I know everybody don't like the algorithm that they use, but the thing is, if you have great content and great engagement, you actually gonna have people commenting on your posts. So I like Facebook that you can do ads and those kind of things. And those actually, you know, makes a difference depending on what kind of business you're. If you're internet marketing, for example, or you selling clothing lines, you know, you can target specific people to see your product. And I also, Instagram is powerful. You know, when I'm doing the different radio and TV and putting pictures up, I really like the Instagram. And just a secret for a lot of the celebrities manage their own Twitter and their own Instagram account, not really for Facebook. So before you know it, you're actually talking to Steve Harvey, you talking to TV Jakes and all those kind of people. Yolanda Adams, I was talking to her one day and then realized it was her. I was like, oh my God, you know. But we really, LinkedIn is, you know, don't leave it behind. LinkedIn is gaining a lot of weight. You know, I've actually got some speaking engagements through that. So don't leave LinkedIn behind. Okay.
That's good to hear. I had, there's a question that Sci-Fi Funk, he has a question. I think that's really good because you kind of touched on it. He says, do you know the criteria which will cause an account to be shut down? Is it just paying for likes?
Well, I actually know the new one. Let me tell you what the new one is. The new one is, a friend of mine told me about it. if you sharing in a lot of groups and you have, well, we know, of course, the common sense one. If you selling stuff and you sending it through a lot of groups and you sending it pretty quickly, not through Hootsuite, but if you manually, I'm going to say manually, but when you hit the button, say share, and it goes into different groups. Mm-hmm. And if it has something that you're selling, they actually shutting people down for that now. Mm-hmm. And then number two, if you have actually even just your website on there, and they actually what they're doing is, let me correct that, mm-hmm. not shutting you down. They give you the 2-week warning, then they give you another 2-week warning. And then before you know it, you can't share whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And so be real careful. They don't like, and forgive me because I have been a multi-level marketing person before, and I love them. Mm-hmm. But they really are shutting down on multi-level marketing groups, mm-hmm. in regards of sharing their information. So the thing is, and I tell multi-level marketing groups, show your true self, show who you are, and build a relationship. And then, of course, people will buy your products. Mm-hmm. It's the same concept, regardless of what market you're in. If it's Christian based, if it's not Christian based, mm-hmm. you still have to establish a relationship.
I like that, because the only thing that I don't like about, well, I won't say I won't like about Facebook, but is when people tag you with all these different events and stuff, and there is a way that you can actually mm-hmm. alter that. I forgot the way in your settings. I forgot, so don't quote me on it. But when people tag you, the only way I'm tagging someone is if I'm interviewing you. So, Dr. Renee, I will be tagging you.
Okay.
Yeah. Tag me. Right. If I'm tagging you, it's for your benefit and for your followers. It isn't about me. Mm-hmm. What I'm doing is because I had you as a guest on the show, so I tagged you.
Well, I had to change our criteria as well, because people would tag you, and some of the stuff wasn't nice. I'm gonna leave it at that point. And so we had to change it in our even do it on your business pages as well. You can do it on your business pages. Mm-hmm. I don't know why people do that. Because we were always taught, if you're, just like you say, if you're a part of their platform, and also if they picture is in the flyer. We get them all the time. People are not in the flyer, and I don't even agree with the concepts that they're doing. Mm. But you can always, you can untag it if you feel that strongly, or you can go actually to the page that they have it and just like it and comment it there, and not allow it on your actual timeline. Mm-hmm.
And they also tell you, they like, do you not want to see this on Facebook anymore? They ask you that question.
Yes. Yeah, yes. And be real mindful for that, because Facebook takes that very serious. Mm-hmm. Your business page, I think you can look in your insights, and they're going to say whoever hid, HIDE, your post. Be real aware of that. Because if you get too many of those, they actually gonna ding you on that too. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, you're trying to share it in a group, for example, and you won't be able to share. The whole thing is social media. We doing things, just think about being social. You want to be the butterfly of the party, if you will. You want to do things that encourage people, motivate them. And then again, I'm telling you, I'm a living witness. People will buy your products. Mm-hmm. It's nice getting up in the morning and you have all these ching-chings right? in your inbox, that will happen. But you have to be patient and take it one step at a time.
Because I see on Facebook, on the inbox, you can actually send money through the inbox now on Facebook.
Yes, I've done it a couple of times, and the people say they love it because it's one person said it went directly into their account, mm-hmm. and then another person, she said that they gave her the option of doing a gift card. And I'm like, gift card? That was kind of interesting, I thought, but it's secure. It's whatever you sign up. If you're doing Facebook ads, for example, mm-hmm. Or booster post, mm-hmm. it's the same credit card, if you will, or if you're doing it through PayPal. Mm-hmm. I thought it was kind of nice, but I'm like, wonder how many people doing that.
yeah, right.
They trying to take PayPal job, I guess, or your merchant account.
I seen that. I was like, okay, Facebook, I'll give you some props, and then you can also do that on Snapchat as well. You could Snap Cash and stuff like that. So just different ways of making money. Let me ask you this question. I would love to hear your feedback. What advice do you give the person who can't gain any traction on social media? And, they've been, I'm doing my air quotes, consistent for 6 months. Mm-hmm. And they just aren't getting the attention, or people aren't buying their products. Like, what do you tell that person? Because and some of my millennials, I love my millennials, 30 and under kind of, I love them, but they think 6 months is a long time. They Sean, I've been on YouTube for 6 months. I'm like, really? Okay. Anyway.
Well, you have to be, how I think Michael Jackson said, look in the mirror. You need to be really honest with yourself to see what type of content that you are sharing. Because what we do, our team here, and they have free service, I think, Survey Monkey is free. Mm-hmm. You can actually do a survey, and your friends, your followers can tell you what content they want. Mm-hmm. And you can get some feedback if you think, because what I think is important is not important to my customers or my clients, or even the friends and the people you want to help. Because I may want to be, let's say, for example, I may want to be with your relationship. But see, I'm single, but then it may be a percentage of my followers or people on my page that's married. So they want information from Sean. Sean, they want information about marriage, but then I may want somebody single. So you have to know what your audience, what they needs and what they want, because they two different things now. Needs and wants are different, okay? Right, but after being consistent, I know we keep bringing that word up, and actually reach out to people that do this very well. I have several people that I make sure every time they have a post, ding. But some people really have an art of doing this and doing it on a regular basis. So you have to stay in there. You can't give up. You have to. We found out that Instagram is much easier to gain your audience, a little easier, because guess what? You put in a picture, and then Pinterest as well. Mm-hmm. Facebook gives you a lot of more leeway that you can actually put more information. But just think about what we want. We want a commercial. We don't want the whole story. Right, I'm just being real. We want a video that's really and truly less than a minute. I mean, some people look, for 2 minutes. Yeah. But you have to kind of see what your particular audience want. If your audience are just women, you do ages millennials, you just have to stick to what they call avatar, your right client, or what your target market is. And you can't be, and I hate to use this word, but I have to use this word, wishy-washy, going from one target group to another. Yeah. I always use T.D. Jakes and Oprah Winfrey, but several other people, John Maxwell, all the people, they actually, if you look back in their history, they concentrated on one thing first. And then they actually moved out into movies, into television shows and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And have a coach. I hate to say that. I know we don't like paying people for, but you got to actually have someone to be a mentor, be a coach, someone that actually can keep you on the straight and narrow. And I know we don't like hearing that word, but but we have to have someone that actually can see the value in us, because a lot of times, guess what? We don't see it until it actually time for it to manifest.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good, because I love Blab. Like, Periscope is cool. It's, but it didn't work for me for some odd reason. I don't know. I think maybe because I'm more relational. I think Blab gives you more of that relational, opposed to kind of talking to someone. If I can put my hand right there, talking to someone, talking. But I think I really like Blab for the fact that you can really develop these relationships with people, especially with guests, when you get to see people. I think that helps even strengthen the relationship to a degree when you get to have this conversation right here inside of Blab.
Well, I kind of feel the same way. See, you helped me out. See, you saved me, because everybody said, why you not on Periscope? Well, I have an account, but it was just something. And I just love Blab as well. So thank you for helping me. Because I was like, okay, come on now.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, I love Blab. A lot of people don't know Blab. A lot of people don't know what Blab is still. And I'm maybe here on Blab maybe 3 times a week, depending on how many people I'm interviewing. It depends, But anyway, yeah. So you know what, Dr. Renee, I know you said you like Facebook, but I like Google Plus.
Wow. So you're going to have to see, I know you can educate me.
I love Google Plus. I've been able to capture a lot of emails on Google Plus. You know, they changed their home, I won't say homepage, but they made some changes. And but I like the old Google Plus. But yeah, I'm able to catch a lot of leads from Google Plus. That's maybe my second favorite platform besides Twitter.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You just got to know what works best for you, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm one of them educational people. I love. So I did notice they platform, and I noticed I was like, wow, this is kind of nice. So yeah, we're gonna have to look into that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Facebook it continues to change. I mean, you have all kind of ads. Twitter ads, you have Facebook ads, Instagram, Pinterest about to start. But if you have great content, people actually will click on it. And let me say this, and hopefully I'm not out of order by saying this. Go ahead. Please don't get upset if you don't have people to like and people to comment on that does not tell your worth and your brand and what you're doing. Because let me tell you, it's a way on Facebook you can find it that you can see what your reach is. So guess what? People are reading, people are looking at your videos, people are seeing your information. But guess what? For whatever reason, we all have a reason, I guess. They don't want to comment. They don't want to like. They don't want to do that. But do not let that stop you in what you're doing, because that is not saying who you are as a person. Okay? Because people get caught up in that. They say, well, you don't have enough. You didn't have anybody to comment. You didn't have anybody to like. Do not worry. It's okay.
That's good. I'm glad you shared that. That's good, because people can easily get discouraged, especially, some newbies who might be new to the social media game. Phil Power, he said pride flavor in the Kool-Aid. I thought that was funny. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad you said that, because someone can be struggling with that. And I know I've struggled with it, starting out. It was like, so no one is reading my blogs. No one is, but Dr. Renee, I have to ask you this before we leave. I have to ask you this since we're talking about content, because this is good. I'm glad I got you here. How do you go about creating content? Because I know a lot of people, they get writer's block. They might not be able to blab. They might not have time to get on Periscope, or they don't tweet enough, or how do you create content?
Ooh, now that's a coaching session. No, I'm just kidding. Let me tell you, it's so many ways. I mean, let's use Blab as for example. Yes, it's amazing what you can do with this broadcast. Okay, we record. Make sure you hit record. But you can actually end up transcribing it. You can, get somebody. I know people that's on Fiverr, Elance that do it very cheap. You can transcribe it. Of course, it'll be on YouTube. But guess what? That same material, you can actually write a blog about it. You can even write an ebook or a real book. I'm saying a real book, so longer than an ebook. And you know what? People are buying ebooks like crazy, even from the library. Get your ebooks in the library. That's $1 million tip. Okay, we just did that last week. But the thing about it, what you're doing now, look at what you already have. If you have an audio, if you have, let's say, let me go back. Also, when you transcribe, you can get bullet points. Get some bullet points, and you can make a what they call checklist or a cheat sheet. And guess what? People love those. I mean, because people love information. And so that's the important thing to do. So what we do is, I kind of wear a lot of hats. We just take the concept that we're talking about. Let's just say anything simple, how to build a platform, how to be your passion and purpose, how to do a telesummit, how to do a radio show, all these wonderful things. And then Sean with relationship, he can do all those things just doing one broadcast that we've done today.
Yep. Because after we record this and when this actually air, I'm going to upload it organically on Facebook. Then it's going to go on YouTube. Then it's going to go as a podcast on 3 different podcasting platforms.
Hey, that's right. Amen. That's it.
Yeah. So,
and if you don't know, ask. I mean, that's the Bible says if we are perished by lack of knowledge. So right. ask. If you, a lot of people do share. You can tell if somebody is really in their purpose because they will be willing to share the information. But let me do the tidbit on this. You have to be willing to invest in your education and to be able to move forward. Now, I'm actually an anesthesiologist as well. You wouldn't want me to put you to sleep if I didn't go to school for 12 years on this, okay? So just think about your business as well. You wouldn't want anybody to inspire you, motivate you, tell you about relationships like Sean does so wonderfully. If they haven't invested in themselves and they actually have the information before you know it, so they actually can help you out. Mm-hmm. So there's many ways, whatever your creativity takes you, guess what? You can repurpose your content.
Love that. And Dr. Renee, people are asking for your Facebook information and all the other good stuff. So feel free to type that in. It'll already be hyperlinked.
Okay.
Yeah. So people are asking. Yes, because I've been following Dr. Renee for a while, and I had to have her as a guest on my social media podcast. We could have did relationships too, right? We could have did.
Oh yeah.
Because but I will say for me, when it comes to content, one thing that really helped me out a lot is I usually go to Facebook groups. This is a freebie. What I do is I usually go to Facebook groups, or I simply type in what I'm looking for in Twitter search engine. So if I'm asking certain questions, or if there's some, if I'm asking a certain question, I can say why the divorce rate is high, or why people aren't on Snapchat. I don't know, just something. You can actually search those things and you can see what people are saying, and you can create content just off of that. I mean, people ask questions all the time. And then there's a website, Dr. Renee, called Quora, Quora.com. All they do is ask questions. So you can come up with content that way. Even when new movies come out, different stuff like that. And the Avengers came out. I wrote a blog on the Avengers, tied it into relationships. Just different ways of purposing content.
And don't be upset if you don't know how to write. There's many people that will write for you. But let me tell you, guess what? The articles and the blogs you have that you write it from the heart, guess what? People will engage more with the ones you write from your heart.
Yes. Love the nuggets. Love it. Dr. Renee, I would like for us to have a Blab after party, if you will. I'm learning the after parties. Blab after parties works great, and that's usually after the recording. But let everyone know how they can get in touch with you on social media.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This was so much fun. I love this. Let me tell you the easy way, and that's why I think a couple of people saying my social media. The easy way to get all my social media information is to go to the website. Go to our website, which is www.reneesunday.com. And if you look at the bottom, guess what? All the social media, and you can click and you can go directly there. And also, it's a free gift there for you. So, see, you get two things at once.
Free is for me. Well, thanks again, Dr. Renee, for taking some time to be a guest on Kairos Moment podcast. And I want you to stay on for just a couple of more minutes so we can have the after party. I'm learning these Blab after parties are interesting. Love them.
Wow.
So you heard it here. Make sure you connect with Dr. Renee Sunday as we discuss building your platforms on social media. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for our Kairos Moment podcast. It could be found on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and we recently submitted our podcast to Google Play. I'm a big podcasting fan, so couldn't wait to get into the whole Google Play thing. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also on YouTube as well, and on Blab, so you can stay in touch with me. I am your host, Sean Heineman. You can visit our website at kairosocial.com. And like Dr. Renee said, just go to the website and you can follow me on all the different social media platforms. Take care, people. I'll talk to you next week.